Alright, got an obscure one for you today. Yeah, what you're looking at here is... Yeah, sorry about the lighting. Not so good today. Yeah, this is SD Gundam, Knights of the Three Rainbow Kingdoms, by Banpresto, released in 1993. And this is a pretty obscure arcade game, and one of the main reasons for that is that this is still unemulated. This game runs on similar hardware to games like Legionnaire, meaning it has a very crazy, complicated decryption system in the ROMs, and none of the emulators are able to play it properly yet. They just break apart, and yeah. This game has no ports either, so this is one of the very few games left in the world that you either have to... Well, the PCB here is the only way to play it. You can't emulate it properly yet. There are no ports. Totally arcade PCB exclusive, which makes it a pretty nice game to own, really, because it's actually, not so, it's not like you can just go and download it for 5 minutes. And thankfully, even though it is pretty obscure and hard to find, it's also pretty cheap. I only spent about, I think, $60 on it. So yeah, definitely good price. And I've got all the art cards here, fully original, holographic seals intact. But yeah, the game is basically a Gundam run and gun. Plays a lot closer to Contra than, say, Metal Slug. Yeah, definitely more of a Contra-style game. And manual's original too. Beautiful. Definitely worth the cheap price I paid for it. Alright, let's flick it around here. But yeah, this is basically a... Banpresto was kind of a weird company with their games. Tend to either be very good or very bad. I don't know, they're just kind of, yeah. They've got some really good games and some really, really crappy ones. This one's pretty good. It uses very nice graphics, beautiful sprites, lots of detail, lots of color. Backgrounds have tons of detail in them too. Lots of parallax scrolling. And the best part, no slowdown whatsoever. This game runs at a rock-solid 60 frames. Silky smooth, no matter what's going on. My camera doesn't give it justice, but yeah, this game just, it never slows down in two-player mode, which absolutely stunned me, because I think this is the only, arcade running gun I've ever played that doesn't slow down. Technically quite impressive. Let's get it going. Remember, right, there's 6 stages. First 3 can be played in any order, but you have to do them all anyway, so it doesn't really matter so much. But yeah, basic Contra-style run and gun. 8-directional shooting, you can duck. There's also overhead ladders to hang on, and a few vehicles. In fact, there's a tank in this level that looks like it's very similar to the one in Contra 3. I'm surprised Banpresto borrowed it. But yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different weapons. Each can be upgraded twice. Our first little mini-boss here is pretty damn easy. In fact, the first few stages are pretty easy. Although, yeah, difficulty's weird in this game. It's, kind of easy, but... The thing though, there's not a lot of bullets fired at you, and it's easy to run through blasting everything, kind of like I am now, but at the same time, it's really, really easy to die. And once you do die, it's easy to die again. My tank. Oh. And run over him too. Very, very easy to get hit by stuff. I mean, a lot of it is because of the speed. Because the game never slows down, so when things come at you, they come at you quickly. and let's switch to the homing, which really dominates this level. But yeah, come at you quickly and fast. Man, the graphics aren't so beautiful though. Also, nicely, there is a scoring system. Like, if you've noticed, I've only been picking... There's two little emblems, red and blue. I've only been picking up the red one. How the scoring system works is, yeah, when you pick up an emblem of the same color, the score doubles. So, like, the first one is only worth 100 points, but at full score, they're like 1,600 each. But if you pick up, you know, one of the other color, it resets back to 100. It doesn't matter what color you pick, but you want to stay with one until there's a match to the other color. Level 2. So yeah, so it's got a nice long-term play scoring mechanic in there. Overall, it's just a very nice game, I'd say. I didn't spend much on it and wasn't really expecting so much. Total gamble on my part, and definitely worth it. The later levels do get a lot harder, though. Just because, the game throws more stuff at you, but the levels just... A lot of later levels are, like there's one on top of the battleship, and it's really easy to get knocked off of it. But still, it's a pretty fair game. If you're a run-and-gun maniac expert, you might find this one a little easy. But, if you're just looking for a fun, simple game, it's quite enjoyable, unless you hate Gundam. If you hate Gundam, you won't like this. But, yeah, you pretty much have to know what the patterns are, because you don't get a lot of time to react to them. And the game never slows down either, so it's very reaction-based gameplay. If it's your thing, it's a lot of fun. Definitely a good, solid game. And yeah, if you can find it, it's cheap. It's obscure enough and unknown enough that it is still very affordable. And there's no easy downloading this one. Probably do a direct capture if my recorder will take it. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. So if it will, I'll probably do a whole run of the game, just because I've only been able to find like 3 or 4 screenshots of this game. That's like all there is. No one has much info on this one. Only released. Haha! I just did the same thing again. Easy to live, easy to die. Alright, level 2 boss, Psycho Gundam. See underneath it, its first form. I have not been able to one credit clear this one yet. It's, yeah. The final boss is actually really tough. It's got some crazy attacks. You've got to be just about pixel perfect in order to not get killed. And it's the kind of game that once you start dying, it's really easy to die. Like, I'll die once, and then I'll die, 3 times in a row. The key to this boss is simply not to stand in between them. There's very little room for error. And, yeah, once I start dying, I keep dying. Well, we'll cut it short here. Definitely try and do more gameplay vids later if I get a chance to. But yeah, this is a game there's a lot of misinformation on. If you do look online, people will tell you it's supposed to be 4 players, which is not true. The board itself supports up to 4 players in, hardware-wise, and there's even, in the test menu, you can even actually, it has test options for testing the control for 4 players, but the game itself does not support 4 players. It is 2-player only. So yeah, here's one that you probably haven't seen before. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you get a chance, give it a try. Good stuff. See you next time.